Oh gosh, hello everyone. Kind of a hard fit here, but today we're looking at G.I. Joe Classified Series number 127, Jason Shockwave Faria and Night Pursuit motorcycle. This is the Night Force motorcycle that they put out, the Night Force Ram cycle. They have had a couple versions of these. The most recent one was the Tiger Force one, of which I have three. I do not have the original one yet, but now I have this one, which I'm very excited about because I think this one looks the best, honestly. But looking at the packaging, this is the newer style of packaging that we have right here. We can see the figure on the inside. There is Shockwave right there. All the weapons that it comes with, because it comes with a lot of weapons, which I'm not going to complain about, but there are quite a few in here. On the side here, kind of hard to see, but there's some really nice artwork of Shockwave there. The Night Force variation on the back here. You can see all the little product shots and everything. Jason, Shockwave, Faria, and a Night Pursuit. You can see the what I presume is the Night Force logo there on the top right, the actual Night Force logo here. This is some sort of griffin thing. A nice little read up right there, and a very cool shot of him driving out of an energon-infused cave, because we've been paying attention to the storyline that they've been doing with these pictures. One of the storylines involved some sort of energon-infused like mine that they found, which I think is pretty fun. A little crossover between Transformers. Hopefully that means we get some comics and more things along those lines. On the side here, there is the little thingies that they do. I don't know what they mean. Lightning bolts, bullets, chests, and I don't know, something to do with Wi-Fi connections. But yeah, that is that right there. A bigger shot of them right here. A QR code that you can scan that leads you to absolutely nowhere. But enough about that. Let's get it open. And here we have Jason Faria Shockwave, or Jason Shockwave Faria, out of the packaging and standing on the spin base here. Now, I don't have the original one, the first release, the blue one, but I do have this one, and I think I like this one more. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Shockwave as a character. I believe he's a SWAT officer who then, joined the Joes. That usually happens. But, I don't know much about him. I like this design, though. I like this look, and I really like this bike, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But, I like the look of this guy. I like the digicam he's got, the gray and, the dark green and the black. I think it all looks really good and works really well, better than the blue from the first release. I know why that one is blue, because police blue, whatever. I like this more. I think this looks more appealing. It looks better, and it feels more fitting for a character like Shockwave with the vibrant blue. But let's get him off the spin base here so we can actually take a look at him. Now, before we look at Shockwave, I want to look at his bike here. I want to look at this Ram cycle, because this looks really good. I think this is the best looking one of all the Ram cycles. Now, I only have this one and if I can lower the camera here a little bit. I only have this one and the Tiger Force one, which is this one right here. I don't feel like taking Duke off, but it's this one right here. If you want a further in-depth video of that one, you can click the link right here or right here, wherever. There should be a link on the screen right there for you to go check that video out, because I reviewed this one as well. This one, the Tiger Force one, is fine. It's a cool look. I love how vibrant and colorful it is. However, it does not fit very well for the whole theme of G.I. Joe. So that's why I think this one is one that looks the best so far. I don't have the original one, but I really like the way this one looks. But moving a little closer, as you can see, it says Covert Special Task Force on the minigun here. MG 1027, which I believe means something, but I can't remember what. A very cool image of what I believe is a griffin. I think they said it was a griffin. The Night Force logo, of course, G.I. Joe on this side. The same griffin logo, Night Force, no G.I. Joe on that side. But I love the look of this. I love the copper, the bronze copper look, the black with the kind of bluish gray. There's a grayed out American flag on there. The red on the back there really adds some color. This looks really nice. These tires feel nice. They're not rubber, but they feel like rubber. I love the Ram cycle. I love how many of these I have. Now I have 4 of these things. If I could, I'd get more of these ones, just because I love having these bikes. They're great. They kind of round out the whole team as well. You get a whole bunch of them and you surround them around a vamp or something, and it looks super good. I love the way this thing looks. This is a really nice vehicle on the front here. You can see the speedometer, fuel, everything like that. Little heads-up display and everything like that. It looks really cool. I love this thing. You can fit anybody on this, and I really like it, because if you remember from my Coral and Falcon video, I said that Coral was the motorcycle driver. She was the one who, in the original Action Force line, she drove the motorcycles. That was her specialty. So if you have her, like I do here, you can put her on that. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, but you can put her on that and have her be on that, on the shelf, which is what I will do. I will absolutely have her be on that, because it feels fitting for her character. So yeah, that is the Ram cycle. However, I want to say, by the way, you can take this off here if you don't like that. you don't like it, you don't need it on there. And then you can pop the minigun out. However, I will say on my end at least, the little wheel pops off. It's not pegged in properly. I don't know if it's like missing a piece or something, but it does not peg in properly, and it is a pain to close back up. So yeah, that is that. That is the Ram Cycle. Let's look at the figure of Shockwave. And he looks very good. Like I said earlier, he looks very, very good. I like this look a lot. I think it's a good look. This body, I believe, is mostly reuse from the retro card Duke figure. The arms, however, are different. These ones, I believe, were on the, what's his name? He's Airborne, the co-pilot for the Dragonfly. These arms are Airborne's arms here. These legs are Duke's legs. These boots are Duke's feet, boots, crotch, everything. This is mostly, so you can move this camera on a little bit because it's getting a little way there. There we go. Camera was getting a little funky. This character is mostly reuse, and I'm totally fine with that because, like I said, I don't have the original one, but from what I saw, it uses a body mold that I don't like very well. So this is just feels like an upgrade visually and also in the toy way. I love the look here. There's of course the Tiger Force, Night Force logo, whatever that is. I think it is a griffin, so I think just their logo is a griffin. There is the Joe Pro on the arm there, which by the way, I like when they do the Night Force, when they have the Joe Pros, it turns red. I think that's a cool look. That's a very fun little visual there. Again, like the digicam on the thighs and everything like that. Not on the arms though, which is a little odd, but I love that look a lot. I think it looks really good. Holster there for his pistol, a knife on his boot, a knife on his chest. Like, I love this whole thing. I like the big puffy vest, the little shotgun shells on there, his hat and everything. He's got some steely blue eyes. I don't know how I was picking up, but he's got some very, very blue eyes right here. Like, wow, those are bright. I love the balaclava, like, as the hat, like, the whole headpiece. You can't see his face. Very, very beachhead-esque. Very beachhead-esque. And I like that. I think it looks cool. Yeah, that is this guy. Let me take the accessories out. You can see his knife here. You can see his pistol here. And we will look at the rest of these a little later, but I want to look at the articulation for this guy. His arms are like Ralphie's from a Christmas Story. They won't go down. He can't put his arms down all the way. They're just up like that at like a permanent, like kind of 75-degree angle. But they can go up that far. There's a joint right there. Swivel at the shoulder. There are technically butterfly joints in here, but they really don't do much because of how tight that is. There's a swivel here at the upper bicep. There's a swivel here at the elbow. Hand can go down and up, but the sleeve here, this little bit right here, makes it so you really can't do much of anything, which kind of sucks. Same on this side. However, this one you can move in and out a little more, so that you can move that a little more. That's just nice. There's an ab crunch here in the torso. However, it kind of doesn't do a whole lot because of the vest. Although it is, you can get a little bit going in there. You can do like a tiny bit, which is nice, but that's it. There's a ball joint of the waist, which allows for full range of motion there, which is nice. Drop down hips, swivel here at the upper thigh. Double jointed, pinless knees, which are very, very tight, as they often are, these pinless knees. He can't kick his own butt. There's a swivel here down at the calf, like so. Foot can, come on, work with me here. This is real tight. Foot can go down that far, can go up that far. There's a swivel here, right here. So there you go. That is the articulation for, oh, hang on, his head can look up that far and look down that far. Head is on a ball joint. Forgot about that. So yeah, there's the articulation for Shockwave. Now, as for accessories, this guy came loaded. He came loaded with accessories. Now, to start off here, we're going to look at one of the smaller ones. We're going to look at this little handheld Uzi that he has, which I believe came with another figure. I think it's Big Ben, who I have, and I've looked at everything. I have filmed a review. I just haven't uploaded it yet. But I believe that came with Big Ben first, which is very cool. Little suppressor here on like a full giant magazine here, suppressor, which you can pop in and out. That was a little tight on my end, which is very nice. You can slide that in like so. So very cool. Nice to have that. I always like having extra weapons. I think I put this with my tunnel rat at one point. I haven't filmed it before, but I put it up on the tunnel rat because I thought this looked nice. Very cool. He has this double-barreled like rifle. So you got the two barrels with the little handheld little stock that folds out, magazine removable. This also came with Big Ben, I believe. So cool to have an extra one of those. Soft weapon. It's soft and gummy, which sucks. I hate. There is this giant big box machine gun, which I first saw with the 60th anniversary soldier, but I now know that also came with the Big Ben first. So all of these weapons are Big Bens, which I will not complain about because it's cool to have more weapons, especially if they look like this. It's very nice to fold out stock like so, which you can then fold in like this if you want, so you can have them hold it like that. The magazine is removable, the green box mag, you can slide that in there like so. You've all seen this, you probably all have one, so there's that one right there. The backpack here, which is interesting, is actually Firefly's backpack. So I don't know why they gave him Firefly's backpack. He's even got the little drone and everything, but like cool, he's even got the little tablet here, which you can pull out and have him look at and everything, which is fun. I just don't know why they gave him Firefly's backpack. It's just it's interesting touch. He has a helmet here, which is actually one that you can fit on any figure, which is nice. It's not a replaceable head. It is just a piece you can put on somebody's head, which is very nice. It's the same one that came with Clutch, so very nice. Doesn't have like the cool decals or anything, just a gray helmet, but I actually quite like that a lot. There is his pistol here, which is the same one that the retro-carded Duke came with, which I think is cool. You've seen that one before as well. He has two knives. He has this very large-looking one, which is an odd shape to be sure. Very cool looking though. Can probably use for, I don't know, hooking or something like that. There's a little hook right there. And then there is a very big knife he has. This one is huge. It's just like a big, like serrated, looks almost like a throwing knife, like balanced for throwing. Very cool. And then he has his helmet, or his hat, I guess, not his helmet. Little Digicam hat right there, a little fun little cap. And then he has this right here, which is a big barrel magazine for, it's not a magazine, I don't know why it's a magazine, for the minigun here, which you can slide on like so. So he can run around holding the minigun with the proper ammunition in the bottom here, which is very nice. So that's very fun to have as well. So there you go. Those are the accessories that come with Shockwave. As for size comparison, here he is next to Falcon, the Night Force Falcon figure. Again, I like the look of these guys, the kind of uniformity of the green, the brown, and the black, and the gray, and everything. I think it looks really good. The same kind of shaded colors, I think, really work really well for this line. So happy to have more of these guys. I don't know how many more of these you can have, though. I think we're running a little low on Night Force characters. Here he is next to Quarrel, also from that 2-pack. Looks very cool. Again, just kind of same repeating gesture that I said before. I like the uniformity. I like the following colors. I think everything just looks really good together like that. And here he is next to probably my next review of the Night Force Big Ben, who I'm very excited to talk about because I have some problems with this guy. There's a lot of cool things about that guy, but there's a lot of problems, and I want to talk about them because, I don't know, I was excited for the figure a little more, and there's a little bit of, there's some downgrades there, which kind of suck. So yeah, there is the Night Force Shockwave figure and the Night Force Ram Cycle, of course. I don't know. I like this set a lot. I think it's really good. If you can get one, absolutely get one. I think it's a really solid set, and it's always really to have more vehicles. I'm always down for more vehicles with the Joe line. I don't know what's gone up with me lately. I've been like a weird, like, kind of burnout phase where it's like, I don't know what I want to keep doing, like what I want to keep making. Hopefully, when they have the new Joe stream later this March, it'll kind of reinvigorate me a little more, because I feel like we've been kind of stagnating lately with the line. Like, it just feels like there really hasn't been anything interesting. There was the reveals, or I guess the leaks, rather, of the 4-pack of the Cold Slither that'll be at San Diego Comic-Con, which is very cool. If you can get that, absolutely you should get that, because that's very cool. I don't know. I feel like I've been stagnating a little bit. Hopefully, you know, with the winter rolling up soon, right around, hopefully ending soon, spring starting, I'll feel like making more of this stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for sticking around, though. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Everything that needs to get done for me to keep doing these videos that I like to make. Or at least usually like to make. And I'll see you next time. Yo, Joe.